All right. What's good, everyone? So we're gonna get right to it. I just want to show you some ways that you can make these chords stank for Is He Worthy? I think originally recorded by Andrew Peterson. The one that I've heard the most is the Shane and Shane version. So I believe there is a difference kind of in the bridge part from Shane and Shane to Andrew Peterson, but I think I like Shane and Shane's version a little better. So that'll be the one that I kind of focus on. But I think the outside of the bridge, there's not much else that's different. So we'll be in the key of C. C. So I like to name numbers a lot. I will name full chords, but numbers will probably be what I lean on the most. So C, major is the 1, D, minor is the 2, E, minor is the 3, F, major is the 4, G, major is the 5, A, minor is the 6, and B, diminished is the 7, but I'll probably usually use it as a G major over a B. Or the 7 will be a lot of different things. Sometimes it may be like a D minor over B. And then back to the C major, that is the 1. And just so you know, I like to play a lot of my major, like basic major and minor triads in second inversion. And then I take the middle note out. So this would be a C, but I take the middle note out and I play it on my bass. Just gives it a pretty voicing. I think they call them drop 2 voicings. And so just, yeah, it has a nice, like, yeah, it has a nice thing to it. But anyway, so the Is He Worthy just starts with the 1. Do you feel the world is broken? We do. Then it goes to the 6. Do you feel the shadows deepen? We do. I just woke up, so ignore my voice. But do you know that all the dark won't stop the light from getting through? To the 4. Then we do. To the 1. Then do you wish? To the 3. That you could see it all made new. To the 4. Then back to the 1. We do. Then the chorus just says 4. Is anyone worthy? To the 5. Is anyone whole? To the 6. Is anyone able? To the 3. To break the seal? To the 4. And open the scroll. Then it repeats the line of Judah, who conquered the grave. He is David true, and the Lamb who died to ransom the slave. Then the second time around, the chorus does this thing where it puts the 4 on top of the 6, so F will be your 4, and it does an A as the bass. Every people and tribe, then B becomes your bass, and you play G on your right hand. Every nation and tongue, then you land on the C, the 1. He is I forget the words, and then you go to the 3. Then is he worthy? 6, 5. Then 3. Is he worthy? 4. Of all 6, 5, and 3, 4. Then is he worth 6? Worthy? 5. Like that. Okay. So, and then the he is part is just a 1. He is. To the 5. He is. To the 6. He is. To the 4. He is. He is. Then it repeats the chorus. Worthy. He is worthy. Okay. Now that we've gotten that out the way, a few ideas, even for the verse. So remember, it just goes from the 1. Do you feel the world is broken? We do. And it goes to the 6. Do you feel the shadows deepen? So I'm a fan of going to the 6. Being more reared in gospel music than anything else. I wouldn't necessarily consider myself a gospel musician because I don't know as much as those guys do. But being reared a little more in that, the 7-3-6 or different ways to get to the 6 have always been popular. So the 7-3-6 is just speaking of bass whenever we do it. So 7 will be the B, the 3 will be the E, and the 6 will be the A. And so on the 7, earlier I said I might be playing a D minor on top of it, but I'll be using the second inversion. So D minor up here, and then just a C major second inversion over at E, and then you could land this with as a G on top of an A. It just gives it a different. Or you could like just grace note from the A to the B flat to the B in that G major chord. So that's one thing you could do. So in context, I'd be, do you feel the world is broken? We do. Do you feel the shadows deepen? We do. So that's one. Another that I've recently kind of become a fan of is a diminished walk up. So you would walk in diminished full steps up to the note that you're trying to land on. So we're trying to get to an A minor. You can do so you go a half step down, and that will be the diminished that you would hit immediately before the A minor. But you will go a full step even below that to the F sharp. So you would do a F sharp diminished, a G sharp, or A flat diminished up to A. So what that would sound like is, you feel the world is broken, we do, and you would, do you feel the shadows deepen? And that, like, to me, that's a really cool and not very intrusive, and the whole band could do it, and the congregation keeps singing type of move. So, do you feel the world is broken? We do. Do you feel the shadows deepen? And I keep making the diminished chord bigger every time I do it, but a simple thing that you could do is just like play the straight up diminished. So like that. And so that is one way. And then the final way, this is more like jazz gospel worshipy that I'll probably do in every video because I love this move so much. But you can just simply go to the 3 to get to the 6, but you hit the octaves for the E, and you would hit the octaves for the G. So whatever your 5 is, you would always hit the octaves, and when you hit it, you walk your 1 up to the 2, back down to the 1, and this is all happening in the middle, so the octaves are staying the same, and you walk it down to the 7, back up to the 1. So the move would look like this. So in context, it'll be, do you feel the world is broken? We do. Do you feel the shadows deepen? Kind of like that. And I'm on a very flimsy keyboard, just because it's the only one I have at the house. And so it's very easy for me to hit other notes, or maybe I'm just not as good at the keys. But that's fine, because I'm able to teach something. So praise the Lord. So that's another one to get to the 6, and then just one I don't want to leave out that I think is very helpful. It's just taking the 3, whatever is the 3 of the key you're in. So we're in C, so C 1, 2, 3, and doing a major chord to get to the 6. That's always a. So do you feel the world is broken? We do. Do you feel? So one way that just always remember grace notes whenever. So grace notes. And remember that whatever you're hitting as the 1, if you're doing a major chord, hitting the 3 is always an option too. So, do you feel the world is broken? We do. Then, do you feel the shadows deepen? Or, if you hit that 3 on the E, you can do the same thing that we did when we went to the 3 here. So, with this, this is the 3 of the E major chord, and the 5 of it will be the B. And you could take the root of that chord, which would be E, and you walk it up. So up to that F sharp, down back to that E, down to that E flat, back to that E. So it'd be, you feel the world is broken, we do, you do. Do you feel the shadows deepen? This, like, that's another, and that stuff that solely the piano, maybe guitar could do. But let's get to the 4. Simple way to get to it is hit the 3 again. But do you know that all the dark? But one thing that gospel musicians will always do is the 5-1-4. So that here it would be the B major 7 voice like this. Then you drop this F down to an E, and then you land on the F major chord. But with this first one, you hit a 5, so G, which makes that into a G minor 9. Then when you drop this F down to an E, you hit the 1. So C is your bass. Then you land on the F. So in context, that would sound like this. You feel the world is broken, we do. And I like this part. You feel the shadows deepen, we do. And here you go here, so. But do you know that all the dark won't stop the light from getting through? And even another thing that you can do. Since this is, do you know? One thing that I've taken a liking to is when you find the melody, you hit a chord just to, like, almost like you land on it when you're supposed to land on your regular chord to transition into your regular chord. So for example, it would be something like, but do you, I don't know, but do you know that all the dark, something like that. So know that up, like that. So for this one, I think a really like pretty voicing, to go with that A could almost be a, but do you know that all the dark won't stop the light from getting through, like that, and we do. And I think I think that's one way that to do that. So I'm only gonna go over the verse for now because I think this video is getting like ridiculously long. But here's what we went over so far. So he said, do you feel the world is broken? We do. Do you feel the shadows deepen? We do. Do you know that all the dark will stop? Or do you feel the world is broken? We do. Do you feel the shadows deepen? We do. And there's that 3 move. But do you know? Something like that. Or do you feel the world is broken? We do. Do you feel the shadows deepen? We do. But do you know the dark will stop the light? We do. And I just love the way they place this 3 in this song. I would never change this. Do you wish that you could see it all? We do. So that's all I'm gonna do for today. Like always, Please like and or subscribe, and please give me any suggestions. Do you think I'm moving too fast? Do you think I'm moving too slow? Are these getting repetitive? Let me know, and I would love to kind of interact with you all. But yeah, until next time, make them chords stank and make that congregation. Well, don't make the congregation sing. That sounds a bit forceful, but try to do everything in your power that you can to ensure that your congregation is enabled to open their mouth loudly. How about that? But all right, till next time, y'all.